Alrighty, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses, and what we're going through here are some of the options that you get when you are making a two-player duel. So the select deck is done. Now, this is when we realized that one of the PS2 controllers is busted. What's happening here is there must be something in the D-pad or one of the L buttons or something has gone haywire. So the way we had to do this was with one controller and just switching the port every time someone's turn had ended. So you can adjust life points on this. They default start at 4,000, and these are some of the different maps. As you see, they will be for like what squares have the terrain. So board is 7x7. And what we're doing here is Yugi versus Kaiba. So as you see, there are a few default maps that are set, but you can make custom ones. So the terrains go between normal, toon, dark, ocean, meadow, forest, wasteland, mountain. You know, the usual gist of it. It's not exactly true to the card game, but it's in sort of like gaming lore for these old Yu-Gi-Oh games. Now, for the Yugi and Kaiba match, we're just going to go with a neutral field. It's all going to be normal terrain. Yugi and Kaiba are using what is pretty close to their anime decks. Now, one thing I don't have on this game is the Blackluster Ritual. I haven't actually obtained that card yet. I've got most cards on the game, but that's one of them that I haven't got. But Yugi has drawn his Black Magic Ritual. That one I do have. So as you see, there will be a bit of a delay between both turns. The way we did this is when it was the other player's turn, they just put on a blindfold. So it's the players swapping the blindfolds and swapping the controller port as well, since the other PS2 controller appears to be busted. Maybe fixable though. But so Kaiba has started off with the Hitotsu-Me Giant, like he did in the anime against Yugi. So if there is a little bit of inconsistency with the volume of the game as well, that is my AV connection in the back of the PS2. It's just old. So, alright, Gazelle, the King of Mythical Beasts, is available to Yugi. He's got Catapult Turtle there. Catapult Turtle can destroy labyrinth terrain. It can enter it and then it will turn it into normal terrain, which can be quite handy on this game, depending on the field. Alright, Catapult Turtle is put in defense mode for Yugi. Now, the deck leaders, they can move, but we decided to do this game only moving the deck leaders if it's necessary. There's unlimited ways you can strategize and play this game. When you're playing against the AI, it's the AI don't really move their deck leader. Some of them do. Some of them are programmed to move their deck leader to a corner, like Weevil, as he will move his deck leader to a corner and then he will try and summon Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth, for example. But most of the time, they won't move their deck leader unless you are attacking it. Then the deck leader will try and run. So what we're going to do with ours, we're going to keep the deck leaders where they are. We're only going to move them if they're within like a 2 square proximity of an attacking monster. So the field is going to be played with the cards. So Kaiba's advanced his Hitotsu-Me Giant, and now we're back to Yugi, who has his Catapult Turtle still in defense mode there. So the good thing about this one, to do multiplayer, all we had to do was copy my original save file and copy it to another memory card. So they're both the same profile playing against each other. But as you see, the 2 deck leaders, Dark Magician, Blue Eyes White Dragon. So deck leaders, they get promoted as you use them in-game. So alright, we're turn change back to Kaiba now. Now that One-Eyed Shield Dragon, that's been equipped with Crush card. If that gets destroyed, 4 spaces and the space that it's on, it'll make like a plus symbol, will turn into crush terrain. So this game has its own custom effects. It's for those who haven't played this game, if you have a PS2 and you can find it, it's well worth it. This is a very, very unique Yu-Gi-Oh game, and I've had countless hours of fun playing this over the what year did this come out? I think this came out in like 2003, 2004, something like that. I've owned this game for over 20 years and I still have fun playing it today. I think on my profile, I think I've got something like 486 wins. Something like that. So... Alright, so Yugi taking a conservative approach. Kaiba hasn't pushed Hitotsumi Giant any further. It is only a 1200. Kaiba now has got Lord of the Lamp. Lord of the Lamp was put in as a replacement for Ancient Lamp, with what you would get with La Jin. Since and also Lord of D isn't a card on this. Either that or I haven't got it. I'd be surprised if Lord of D isn't on this game. I'm sure it is. But there are... I think there's something like 850 or so cards on this game. I think it might be 853. But I could be wrong on that. But it's something in that vicinity, as we see Yugi has activated the ritual, and he will bring forth the Magician of Black Chaos, 2800 attack, which is not that much really on this game considering what you can do. Yugi does have Book of Secret Arts there as well. So now, our Kaiba player would see that a lot of Yugi's cards have just removed from the field. Now, so you kind of know when rituals have been activated on this. You kind of know when two cards are fused together, you can just check the graveyard and see what it was. There's no rule against checking your opponent's graveyard in Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's what Kaiba just did there. So Kaiba will know that face down is a Magician of Black Chaos. Yugi, though, won't know what cards Kaiba has face down. So multiplayer on this, that is the downside. You can predict what cards are face down. So we're back to Yugi's turn now. He's got Toric available to him. He's also got the King of Gazelle, the King of Mythical Beasts. He's got a Mammoth Graveyard there as well. And here we go, Toric, equipped with Mystical Moon. Mystical Moon does Beast and Beast Warrior. In this one, in the actual card game, it only does Beast Warrior. So all the times that Yugi equipped it to Silver Fang, technically in the real card game, Silver Fang cannot be equipped with Mystical Moon. So Kaiba does have a Blue Eyes, which would be able to defeat that. Now, Kaiba is also pushing that crush carded look at that, Kaiba with a formation here. He's got 4 cards lined up, ready for battle. So Yugi has Toric. He's got the Kaiba's got a Blue Eyes in his hand, but he hasn't played it yet. Magician of Black Chaos pushes forward. It is risky from Yugi, because he would know that Kaiba does have... There's Dark Magician Girl and Silver Fang as well. Speak of the devil and Silver Fang. Now there is a Dark Magician in the graveyard, so Dark Magician Girl will get a little power-up boost as well. So Hitotsumi Giant is face-to-face. We know that's Toric, but Kaiba wouldn't know that. Kaiba has probably figured out that card is the Magician of Black Chaos. Now Kaiba is switching to defense mode. There's a Rude Kaiser as well, which is gone to push past, and that will advance towards the Dark Magician deck leader. Kaiba has drawn Earthshaker, which is a unique card to this game. It will literally randomize the entire field. It's a very chaotic card, and it could benefit your opponent. It could benefit you. It could completely turn everything on its head. Alright, so Yugi will see that face down card trying to push through the ranks here. So what's he going to go for? And oh, he's gone for it. It is Rude Kaiser that was face down, so Yugi is going to lose his Toric, and along with only 100 points, they've started with 4,000. 4,000's not a lot, but for this game, it kind of is. As One-Eyed Shield Dragon has just been attacked by the Magician of Black Chaos, and there's a Spellbound effect. That's from the attributes. Wind spellbinds Dark, but it doesn't matter. The Crush card effect has been activated. It does put some Crush terrain around Yugi's side of the... Kaiba's side of the field, though, as well. Although Yugi now has lost the Magician of Black Chaos. Now there is Crush terrain around Kaiba's field. Yugi has played Silverfang and has decided to advance. He may be going to try to put Silverfang in that Crush terrain. 1,500 or less will be destroyed. So Silverfang, it's 1,200, so Silverfang will be fine in there. So Ryukish Empowered is going to have to push around to the... around the perimeter of the board here. Kaiba does have a Blue Eyes. He's just gone with the Lord of the Lamp. Okay, Lord of the Lamp is a very good option for Crush card, being at 1,400. Rude Kaiser is also pushing ahead now. And we will turn change back to Yugi. Alright, Yugi has advanced with Silverfang. There's Book of Secret Arts. Increase the power of spellcaster monsters other than Dark. Oh, well that was overlooked upon the deck creation. Well, the Dark Magician girl will still get a power up from having a Dark Magician in the graveyard. That's silly. Book of Secret Arts only. Spellcaster monsters other than Dark. Well then, it could work on Mystical Elf. And that's probably about it. So Kaiba's still got that Hitotsumi Giant in that Crush field. So Dark Magician Girl now on the field. Kaiba does have a Blue Eyes. 3,900 life points, playing 3,300. So Kaiba scanning the field. He moves Hitotsumi Giant into attack mode and moves it in front of what would be a Yugi's face down for Kaiba. We have seen it. Okay. Now, you can zoom out on this. You can zoom out on this. I didn't know about that until recently, believe it or not. Despite having this game for like 20 odd years, I only found out that you could zoom out like within like the last year or two. And I was absolutely dumbfounded. Alright, Kaiba got rid of his Wicked Dragon with an Ursat's head. The discussion beforehand was you can dump one card out of your hand. Like, you can't just dump your entire hand because you're... See, now, brick hands aren't so bad on this because there's a distance between the players. But we decided that you can dump like one card from your hand, like either per turn or every couple of turns or something. As long as you're not just ditching your entire hand, just so you want to draw one specific card, as the is what the strategy is against the AI. You just dump your deck until you draw the one good card, and you can just dominate the whole field. So AI-wise, it was very 2003 AI, if that sets it best. Now Yugi does have Mammoth Graveyard and Zombie Warrior. They will fuse together. You don't use polymerization in this game, you just press up and you fuse them together. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memory. Zombie Warrior and Mammoth Graveyard, they do fuse. They will make great Mammoth of Goldfine. It's a 2200, it's not a card that Yugi ever used, but just think of it as Mammoth Graveyard got an upgrade. And, well, Kaiba does have 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons after all, so... Alright, we can see more of the field now as well with them zoomed out. Alright, Lord of the Lamp is pushed into the crushed terrain, and at 1400 that's pretty good. You can go up to 1450 on this game, unless you have something manipulated to get it to like 1475 or something, but a 1400 in crushed terrain you'd be very happy with on this game. 1450 is the best base that you can go in to crushed terrain with. 1500 or above, it will be destroyed. That's where cards like Ancient Sorcerer of Doom, I think that's 1450. I think Yugi's got Gazelle and Baphomet in his hand as well. Now, Baphomet's effect will give you more summoning stars. If you see in the top right, say on... oh, there's Yami. Oh, Magic Jammer from Kaiba. Nicely done. Let's stop the dark terrain from popping up. Now, Yugi would be seeing Kaiba's monster advance towards, and Kaiba would have seen the fusion, but now you can bluff your opponent and push your card and make them think it's something good. Yugi, though, oh, he's thinking about it. But Yugi is probably thinking the likelihood is that Kaiba may have a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and Yugi is correct in believing that as well. Lord of the Lamp has just moved, and Yugi's got to be careful here. That Ryukushin Powered is making its way across the perimeter of the board. Kaiba does have Sword Stalker available. Oh, Earthshaker, okay. Is Kaiba going to activate now? Now that is going to put every card on the field in just a random spot on the board. Okay. There's no control over this. And, okay, where is everything? Oh, there's one in front of Yugi. Ah, but it's one of Yugi's. That's the question marks. Okay, the Blue Eyes White Dragon is... So now Yugi doesn't know where that potential Blue Eyes White Dragon is. He was moving away from it. He may have figured that it was a Blue Eyes, but he wouldn't know for certain. He would maybe think that Kaiba was bluffing. Now the crushed terrain has also been moved. It also moves the field terrains as well. So now there's a lot of possibility with this game as well. Custom fields during duels as well. Alright, Great Mammoth of Goldfine is pushed. Both of Yugi's monsters ended up next to him, which was... So, Skullstalker. That was the card that Yugi had in his hand. Again, you need 40 card deck. In fact, you have to have exactly 40 cards on this, as Baphomet and Gazelle, the King of Mythical Beasts, have fused for Chimera, the Flying Mythical Beast. And Dark Magician Girl is just pushed forward. So Kaiba's cards have all ended up on sort of like the side of the board here. So Kaiba does have 3 Blue Eyes in his deck. You can have 3 in your deck, and it doesn't matter with your deck leader. You can still have 3 of that card in your deck. Kaiba does have now the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. You summon that by ritual on this game. You don't use a polymerization. It's a White Dragon ritual. And there we see it there. Kaiba's Blue Eyes is far away from anything it can attack. So Kaiba's Earthshaker may have actually done more damage than good. There's Grappler. And Block Attack as well. Now Block Attack, okay, Kaiba's going to ditch that. Block Attack doesn't really do much on this game. When an opponent's monster moves forward, like Kaiba's Swordstalker did there, that's what Block Attack will prevent. So it doesn't really do much in this game, other than be a nuisance. Alright, Dark Magician Girl is moved. Great Mammoth of Goldfine is also advanced. And the screens... It's nothing wrong with your screen. I know the screen did just flicker there as well. Okay, that Sword of Dragon Soul. Warrior monsters automatically destroy dragon monsters without swapping battle damage. That could be... Oh, sorry. That could be Yugi's ace card in this game. If he equips that to Skullstalker, he can destroy Blue Eyes outright. But now With the way Yugi was playing, he's probably somewhat sure that there's Blue Eyes on the field. Swordstalker goes in for an attack. Now Swordstalker will gain 100 points for every monster in the graveyard on this, like a Shadow Ghoul effect. And it's got it to 2400, so Yugi's Great Mammoth of Goldfine, or his upgraded Mammoth Graveyard is gone. Now Kaiba's stop defense, he's just pushed that, so Yugi might think that's a monster, with that being face down as well. So, okay, there's Dimension Hole. That's another ace card for Kaiba. You can move the deck leader to wherever that Dimension Hole is flipped up. It's unlike Dungeon Dice monsters. So Blue Eyes is still a long way away, but it's advancing. So Yugi's got a Spellbinding Circle down there. Now trap cards, they don't activate by choice, they activate automatically when the criteria are met by the opponent. Yugi's got Summon Skull in his hand as well. Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast. Oh, he's taking a risk there, Yugi, but it's going to pay off. It's Ryukish Empowered. Yugi took a risk there, so he may think now that there is no Blue Eyes on the field. He's still got that card in the corner there. He would have to keep his eye on that. Even though we know it's a stop defense, Yugi wouldn't know that. He may think that might be a monster that Kaiba's trying to sneak in. So Yugi's got that Spellbinding Circle. If a Blue Eyes gets too close to that, that'll flip up. But, alright, Swordstalker's at 2400. That's also something else that Yugi's got to worry about here as well. Lord of the Lamp is pushed onto range of the Spellbinding Circle. So Lord of the Lamp is going to get a power decrease of, I think it's 600 on this game. It is. Now Lord of the Lamp's only got 800 attack points, and Kaiba's got 2800 life points from his starting 4000. So Kaiba's going to have to be careful with that Lord of the Lamp if he would want to get that off the field. Alright, Kaiba has thrown down Dimension Hole. He can move his deck leader to where Dimension Hole is. You can move the deck leader manually. You can give it a step per turn, but we decided only if you're being attacked and you have to move. Otherwise, strategically against the AI, sure, run your deck leader all over the field. Against actual humans that are making better decisions than the AI on this game ever would, if you run your deck leader towards your opponents, you can get yourself in trouble very, very quickly on this game. This game is tactical, it's not meant to be played quick. So we won't be doing any best of threes on this, it'll go for hours. In fact, one good match on this, in a versus match, will probably take you about half an hour. Depending on the decks, of course, as well, but a good one-on-one versus match will take about an hour. Sorry, half an hour. Roughly. So, now Kaiba's got a decent hand. Now Summon Skull is advancing. Now Kaiba has moved stop defense, so Yugi is probably going to think that's a monster. So Kaiba, he's also got Monster Reborn there as well. Alright, Kaiba has activated the Dimension Hole. Both players have Monster Reborn in their deck. Yugi doesn't have Mirror Force, so I will point that out now. I don't actually have Mirror Force on this as a card yet. You can get it. It's very difficult though. You got to get it in the slots. Alright, here we go. So Kaiba has activated Monster Reborn. He's having a look through his graveyard. Now, Magician of Black Chaos is probably the bet here. And it is, so Kaiba is going to regain control of the field here. He's going to get over Summon Skull. Magician of Black Chaos. He's going to defeat Summon Skull, but it's now under Kaiba's control. So Yugi's own monster coming back to bite him here. Dark Magician Girl is just completely outmatched here. Alright, Yugi's got to be careful. He's got to plan quickly here. He's being advanced on by a... Alright, the Furious Sea King has been drawn from Yugi. That's another card that was just in his hand. Now, Yugi may go for... he may have to start running soon. They're within 2 squares proximity. Yugi goes bravely in with Berthamut. I guess he wanted to check what that was. It was a stop defense from Kaiba. Now, Kaiba has been advancing that monster, and given his life points, Yugi may be a bit concerned about that because that face down of Kaiba has been advancing. Or was it a bluff? There's Curse Breaker. Curse Breaker will remove all attack and defense increases and get rid of a spellbound effect. It's only 1 deck cost as well. Alright, Yugi is going to ditch his Furious Sea King. He's summoned Komori Dragon. He's trying to protect his Dark Magician Girl here. He may be wanting to... Alright, Yugi has moved his Dark Magician. The opposing monster was within a 2 square radius, so he is allowed to run. Alright, Kaiba advances the Blue Eyes and is now advancing with Magician of Black Chaos. Yugi is really cornered here. Kaiba has a lot of dragons in his deck. I did add a few because I needed to get to the 40 cards, so I went with a few knockoff dragon monsters here and there as well. Remember, it's only 850 cards on this game, so I don't have access to... The game doesn't have some of the even early cards. As Kaiba's ended his turn now, Yugi's Dark Magician Girl is pressed here. It can't defeat Magician of Black Chaos. Will he go to find out what Kaiba's face down is? That's another thing. Lord of the Lamp is still in crush terrain. Yugi's Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast is basically offside. Yugi's got Skullstalker and that sort of... okay, Lord of the Lamp... Oh, Yugi's gone for it. Okay, so Lord of the Lamp is a sitting duck there. 1,700 life points off Kaiba. That's a massive hit. But Yugi is going to lose the Dark Magician Girl. He's out of range from getting attacked from the Magician of Black Chaos. And Kaiba's got that other face down there. Yugi does have crush terrain to sort of shield himself a bit here as well. Now, Yugi... Okay, he's gone with Skullstalker, and the... He's done it. Alright, so... Yugi took a massive gamble, and it's paid off. He had to check what that face down was anyway. And Yugi's hunch was correct. So the Blue Eyes White Dragon was destroyed instantly with the effect of that sort of Dragon Soul or whatever it was called. Now, Magician of Black Chaos is still a very big threat here. Yugi took a big gamble and gambled that face down was the Blue Eyes White Dragon. We all knew it was, and Yugi had seen it pushed before Earthshaker, was seen it pushed again, and he took a guess that it probably was the Blue Eyes White Dragon, and he got it right. So now with Skullstalker on the field, Yugi is in a good position here because no dragon monster is going to be able to defeat Skullstalker. It's just that Skullstalker isn't that strong. 2 Dragon Treasures and... Oh, here we go. 2 Dragon Treasures on Twin-Headed Behemoth, which I think is one of the starting deck leaders. Now, if that attacks Skullstalker, that will be destroyed, but Skullstalker... Sorry, there's another screen flicker. It's the AV cord in my PlayStation. Oh, Yugi's got Gaia and Curse of Dragon. They will fuse together for a Gaia the Dragon Champion. Yugi ditches Curse Breaker. He throws down Magic Jammer. So Skullstalker's still only 900 attack points. Yugi's running to the corner here. Now, he's seeing cards in Crush Terrain as well, so he would know that's under 1500. If Kaiba's not careful, he could actually get jumped here. The way you summon on this, you only have to eliminate your opponent's life points. You don't have to destroy all their monsters. Kaiba moved his Blue Eyes with the effect of Dimension Hole earlier. Now, Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast is getting a little bit... Oh, okay. Magician of Black Chaos. It was Magic Jammer that Yugi had down there. Now, Yugi's deck leader, if that goes into the Crush Terrain, it will be in range of Magician of Black Chaos. And Magician of Black Chaos won't get destroyed if it attacks Yugi's deck leader in a Crush Terrain, because when you attack the deck leader, you don't move onto its spot. You stay on your own. So Kaiba would be safe to attack the deck leader if it goes into the Crush Terrain, but Yugi's deck leader is really being cornered here. Alright, Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast. Kaiba's put a defense down around his deck leader. Now Yugi does still have that. He's just drawn a Monster Reborn as well. He could bring back a Blue Eyes, and if Kaiba's cards that he's advancing, if they're weaker monsters, he's only got 1,000 points. Maybe banking on that Yugi doesn't have much in his hand, but it's going to be a nasty surprise for Kaiba, I think. Here, if it's 1600 or lower, Kaiba will lose on this turn. If that monster ahead is Grappler. Oh, Yugi got the jump. Yugi was overpowered here, and he's going to find himself very lucky winning that match. Well, it's all over. Well, Yugi's picked up the win. It was a life point win, with Kaiba getting a little bit complacent. Although Kaiba didn't really have much more in his hand, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses. It's a great game. It really is. It's a tactical game, much like a chessboard, but it's good fun. So I thought I'd do a Yugi and Kaiba match on that just to change things up. Well, wherever you are in the world, stay safe, take care, thanks for watching, and farewell.